Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BombTag Olympics 2018 Tournament Season 1. In this tournament, we will try to figure out who is the best BombTag player. This tournament is divided into 3 sections. The first section is the qualifier stage. In the qualifier stage, people will try to qualify to get into the round of 16. The qualifiers are all group stages, in groups of 4. The round of 16 is also made out of groups of 4. But in those groups, people will try to compete to get into the round of 8. The round of 8 consists of the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. The first qualifier consists of 4 players: LeGrandArkan, DomoDaPotato, Chilioa, and Hikikomori. Now unfortunately, Hikikomori has not showed up for the tournament, so he will be disqualified, giving Chilioa an instant pass towards the winner's match. Our first match is between LeGrandArkan and DomoDaPotato. Now they're both pretty decent players. I know Domo personally through a relativity. He's a relative of mine. I know he's very passionate about gaming. He's got hundreds of hours on another game named Dead by Daylight. And when it comes to gaming, he's surprisingly good. So even though LeGrandArkan may be a little bit higher of a rank, he will be just as good as Domo. Now LeGrandArkan seems to be trying to assert a very dominant start to the game, trying to dig himself straight towards Domo. Unfortunately not getting too many items as a result of that, and Domo gets stuck between bombs, unfortunately. So game number 1 goes to Domo, and now we will move on to game number 2. This is a best of 3, so first to 2 wins will advance to the main bracket. Game number 2. In game number 1, Domo seemed to have a little bit of problems getting the first bomb down, but fixing the problem. Getting down the bombs now, as you're supposed to. LeGrandArkan still trying to assert a very dominant early game, trying to dig himself straight towards the player, thinking he may be the better player. Or maybe he can pull off a quick one. Unfortunately, I don't think Domo is going to be too fond of that. He's trying to take it a little bit more easier. Both players trying. And Domo takes game number 2. May have been a bit of a mistake on LeGrandArkan's side. And now we're all tied up on 1 apiece. Last round. Let's see who will come out on top this time. Is LeGrandArkan going to continue the aggressive build? It seems like he is. He's trying to get to Domo as fast as possible. Don't know if that's his exact playstyle that he does all the time, but this is the playstyle that he has chosen for this tournament. Domo, however, trying to be very farming oriented, trying to get all of his items to be better off in the late game. And now trying to see if they can take advantage of any sort of bomb arrangement. Domo taking a very defensive approach, and not quite there, and Domo ends up winning. Very well played by Domo. He now moves on to the winner's bracket, and we shall continue on from there. Now, unfortunately, due to Hikikomori's absence, he won't be able to play. So Chilioa will be advancing onwards and fighting Domo in the winner's bracket. So we shall see how this one goes. Chilioa, also a mysterious person. Not 100% sure what her playstyle may be. Both players placing down a thirst bomb. Chilioa already getting a thirst bomb, not using it though. Chilioa perhaps not that experienced in the farming facility, in the farming of the items. But he's getting there. Chilioa not getting very many boots. That's an unfortunate luck. Domo is clearing the entire stage right now. And it looks like Domo is ready to fight, taking himself straight towards Chilioa. Now how will Domo fight against Chilioa? Chilioa trying to be a little bit more defensive, perhaps not quite maxed out on items. Chilioa having a bit of a close call there. Perhaps planned, perhaps lucky. Both players trying to be very cautious of each other, trying to make sure they don't die. The winner of this bracket, of course, goes straight on to the winner's bracket. I mean the main bracket. So both players wanting that place in the main bracket. One of those will make it straight away. The other one will have to face off against the other person. Unfortunately, both of them seeming to end up in a draw for the first game. So we will have another go. If there's too many draws, that may be a problem, but hopefully too many draws won't be happening. Domo was saying he needs to move a bit to the right. Isn't that what always happens? He was just ever so slightly off center of the square, that is safe. Hopefully one of the players this time will raise victorious and start taking the game to their side. Chilioa once again not having too much luck of the boot. Hopefully she will get some boots soon. Domo once again really good at farming. Chilioa taking it slowly but certainly. Domo is ready for a fight. Seems like Domo has maxed out and is now looking for a fight. Unfortunately not managing to trap Chilioa on the right side, but managing to escape as well. Chilioa trying to play very cautiously once again. Chilioa looking for a safe spot in the middle of the bombs. Both players not willing to risk their life over trying to do the killing move. Both players not as experienced as some others, but they're trying. And Chilioa gets trapped in a line of bombs, and meaning that Domo takes the first game. So Domo is now once again up one game, looking to have the clear road towards the main bracket. Just like I expected, Domo is very decent when it comes to BombTag. He has been practicing a lot with the highest player levels like Whitcombed and Dapperwolf. Domo looking for that good result. Will he get it though, or will Chilioa have a word about that? This time around it seems like Domo is having a bit less of a luck, but as I say that, he gets all the boots. Chilioa's character is quite interesting to watch. It seems like the hat and hair that she is wearing don't seem to quite meet up too well. But at the same exact time it looks more magical. Which is exactly what she was going for, I suppose. Kinda look magical. Like a witch. Domo trying the trapping technique, but doesn't work. Domo taking it cautiously. Chilioa perhaps looking for some items. Neither player wanted to lose. Domo looking to draw a lot of lines, seeing if he can trap Chilioa that way. Not quite working out as intended though. Chilioa placing down some random bombs. Looking to catch Domo off guard, and she does it. And now we are standing once again at 1 apiece. The winner of this one will go to the main bracket. Both players have the same chance now. But who will take it? Chilioa looking to take a more defensive, macro-oriented approach to the game, and she is now placing down more bombs than she did before. Perhaps learning a little bit. Chilioa getting some good item RNG now. But Domo is already maxed out, it seems, and looking for that win. Chilioa could have potentially gotten pinned there. Luckily she didn't quite get there, and Domo ends up advancing to the round of 16 in the main bracket. Well played, both of you. And Domo is now going to the round of 16. Which means Chilioa, she's not out yet. She has one more chance against Arkan. And we shall now skip towards that. And we're back to the final part of the Thirst Qualifier. Chilioa and LeGrandArkan both lost against Domo. One of them, however, will advance to the round of 16 along with Domo, and one of them will not make it. Let's see which one is the better bomber. LeGrandArkan, 6 ranks higher than Chilioa. Maybe that means something, maybe that won't mean anything. However, LeGrandArkan does seem to have a more refined playstyle, as he seems to be super aggressive once again against Chilioa. LeGrandArkan unfortunately destroying his own bomb there. Luckily not placing a bomb over there to destroy a boot, which he might really need if he wants to be aggressive early on. LeGrandArkan almost making a mistake there. Chilioa trying to macro up, get her items. LeGrandArkan trying to steal the items. Is LeGrandArkan trapped? No, LeGrandArkan is not trapped, and Chilioa gets beaten. LeGrandArkan is now up 1-0 against Chilioa. One more win for Arkan, and he will advance to the round of 16. No more mistakes allowed for Chilioa. She must start the comeback now, or start the comeback never. LeGrandArkan once again, being the aggressive guy that he seems to be, enjoying that aggressive style of his. Unfortunately, LeGrandArkan not getting lots of flame drops, so perhaps choosing to not be as aggressive as last time. looking to get some flame before he decides to go into the encounter with Chilioa. And it seems like LeGrandArkan is ready to battle with full stats, while Chilioa seems to be lacking some boots. Really looking forward to having some of those boots. But she must survive the gauntlet of Arkan before she can go ahead and claim her boots. And Arkan seems to not be a fan of that idea. And LeGrandArkan ends up taking out Chilioa in his truly aggressive fashion. Arkan wins 2-0. Arkan joins Domo in the round of 16, and unfortunately Chilioa will have to say goodbye to the tournament, but it was well played. And that marks the end of the first qualifier. Both Domo and Arkan have made it through and are now awaiting for their groups in the round of 16. Both of the groups are going to be very difficult to get through, but hopefully they will be able to at least pull off some upsets. But we'll see what happens. Tune in next time for the round of 16.